It's your boy Matt here. Uh, when I talk about counsellors and psychs, and I talk about counselling as a craft, what I'm saying is not that counselling is not incredibly structured, and should be in most instances structured, and it should follow a therapeutic protocol. So there are therapeutic protocols in CBT or acceptance and commitment therapy, or any of the actual modalities, any of the things which has been proven to work, right? That stuff needs to be followed, right? Because the purpose of the therapy session is to build capacity in that client. And in most instances, to do that, you're going to have to keep pushing them back on track. So you'll have a series of outcomes for your therapy session that you go in knowing what to do because you're following a therapeutic protocol, right? This person has agoraphobia. This person may be suffering from panic attacks. There is a CBT technique for doing that. So you implement that, right? You implement the protocol, and however many sessions are in that protocol, you should, with that idea in mind, go forward with it. Like what I'm saying to people who are trained in the clinical stream, who do the clinical masters, may sound very basic. A lot of therapists do not follow that approach. This is the reason why I still, even with all my gripes with psychology, see clinical psychology as the discipline which needs to have as a discipline and not a cohort, and that's a very big difference, okay? Because the subject matter I'm talking about today falls within what we conceptualize as clinical psychology, right? If this was a class, this would be the 10101010101 of clinical psychology, okay? That's the cohort of this study, not the cohort, the discipline of this study, okay? Right? The people who've done the work, like we look at Stephen Hayes and those kinds of people, we look at it and then we implement it. There are opportunities. That's when you're trying to do it cost effectively, because we're trying to produce results in the client. So if we're using government money, that's how you have to do it. And most of psychology in Australia is going through Medicare. It's going to be subsidised by Medicare. There is a stream of private paying clients, and I think we can say that, okay, maybe in that context it's more ethical to have a more open kind of therapeutic relationship, I'm very aware of some of those. I mean, I'm trying to articulate this, and I forgot what I was originally talking about. So anyway, just some thoughts today. Oh yeah, private paying clients. The counselling is just genuine therapeutic practice, as just like introspective practice, as reflective practice, those kinds of things. Right? It can be immensely valuable to clients, and I'm not saying that service shouldn't be provided. It's difficult to justify that service in the scheme of anything with public funding, even though it can be incredibly valuable. I think if by supervision, when I've developed very well through professional supervision with senior psychologists who have engaged in that kind of introspections with me and those kinds of things. That kind of work is valuable, okay? Maybe that's where that practice should occur in our discipline, rather than supervision just be, did you follow the therapeutic protocol for okay? Something like, it's fantastic in that context. I see it as a very valuable thing. If I could come up with, if someone could, like, I just don't think it's something which I value. It's just not something that I can conceptualize as being worth it in the public system or things using public money.